Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Mishi, and I look like shit. Let's fix this setup. Filming off my phone in my parents' house. It is hot. I'm gonna drink a Diet Coke, and I've never made, well, it's so hot, but it's like only 78 degrees in here, but it literally feels like it's not. And my face is greasy, not because it's sweaty, but just because I put moisturizer on my face because I'm gonna do something different. There's a lot of updates in my life. I'm just setting my makeup ready. And I haven't worn makeup in like 4 days now, so I'm ready to look cute again. I have such a ghetto setup, so I have a really dirty mirror next to my iPhone camera. It's gonna be fun. So I'm currently back in California again. I actually, in my last video I was in California, but I went back to Hawaii for 2.5 weeks, and then I came back here because of home shopping, and that's actually been going good. We actually put escrow, or we actually found a home, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, we're in escrow on a house right now, and it actually wasn't what I was expecting. The whole like buying a home and everything has just actually been really stressful and not enjoyable. But it's scary. Like, this is the biggest money, like, well, I mean, this is a first home. I don't know, it could be a long-term home, who knows. But it's very nerve-wracking, especially buying in California. Just like finding an affordable place is difficult in and of itself. God bless anyone trying to live in Southern California, because like, I don't know how you do it. Like, you must have had your home before like prices got super crazy, or like you put everything into your income, like everything into your house, like you spend way more than 1/3 on it, because you should recommend like spend 1/3 of your income on like rent. But in California, I wouldn't be surprised if you're doing more than just that. But I'm moving to Temecula. It's in Southern California. It's a super cute area. It's very hot there. It's a lot more affordable than anywhere else. It's not like, it's an hour and a half away from Los Angeles, an hour away from Orange County, just from all of those places. But the reason why we're working out there is because my husband's office is in northern San Diego, which is only like about 15 minutes away, and 30 minutes in traffic from where we're at. And the area is super affordable. Am I supposed to be, why am I looking at myself? The area is super affordable, cheaper than San Diego County because it's on Riverside. And the schools there are really good. I plan on homeschooling my kids, but who knows what the future holds. I think the future is homeschooling. That's a long in of itself, just because the internet's going to be so good. That's where I see it. But the schools there are super good for resale value of your house, because you want to buy areas where the schools are really good. And the high school in this area is one of the best in Southern California, which is so random that's in Temecula. Like, what? But basically, there's several homes that I would try to put offers on, and the price wasn't right. And we ended up getting something completely different than what I thought. I thought we'd get like an extreme fixer-upper, but this home's not really much of a fixer-upper. We're getting it at a good price. But it's actually like, it's a home that is really charming, and I really like it. But I'll show you guys the house. It's like a craft style home. Back to my favorite foundation. And I don't know, like, if any of you guys are super like ghost pale, let me know. I have a neutral skin tone, or neutral more on the cool side, and I can't find like foundation ever to fit my skin tone. Like, nowhere can I find it. But I've been using Kat Von D. But let me know of like brands that you really like, because it's a little drying. I don't know, like, but I don't really have a lot of options. When you're on like the extreme scales of like skin tone, like if you're super dark or super pale, most brands don't have your color, you know? Like, I've never like I don't know what drugstore brands even have my color. Like, that's why I never buy foundation from drugstores, but I buy like everything else from drugstore. Like, for instance, like this brow pencil I use, it's like $9 or $8, and it's like better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, which is like freaking $29 for an eyebrow pencil. Like, what the frick, dude? And it always breaks. It always is broken on me. Every time I bought an Anastasia, it's always broke, and I barely touch it. But NYX, I've never broken it, and it's like freaking $8, and I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people don't think I'm really that pale, and maybe it's because, wow, this actually does look really pale though, huh? But it's because, like, I don't know, like, people don't really realize how pale I am until they see me, like, in person. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I never realized how pale I was until, like, middle school, where, like, we'd go to beach day and I would just cake on sunscreen because I'd always get sunburned no matter what. I can get sunburned within 15 minutes of just being in the sun kind of stuff. And then, like, when I was in acting, like, my agents and my manager liked how pale I was, but at the same time, they're like, man, like, if I get another comment from casting, which is where you go to, like, auditions and stuff, and, like, the casting director sometimes will comment about you and let your agent know, or because your agent will contact them. They said, like, I'm so tired. I mean, she's just, like, way too pale is what I would get a lot. Just, like, she's really, really pale. And I'm like, sorry. And so I'll show up with, like, bronzer and stuff like that, or I'd buy, like, darker foundation to make myself look darker. But I just always hated how I looked with darker foundation because I always felt like I looked orange. I remember when I did the film The Night Stalker, like, they made me a tanner, and they put, like, they put, like, this darker foundation on me because they didn't want me, like, to glow on camera, but I always felt like I looked orange. Every film I did, or any acting job I did, I always felt like I looked like an Oompa Loompa because it just, whatever foundation they put on me, it just did not feel good on my skin. It did not look good. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I guess it looks good on camera. I don't know. I actually don't like how I look in anything I've ever done. Except when I did that Japanese commercial, they actually matched my skin tone because they like pale skin there, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if anything I just made sense. Oh well. But I guess, like, why not get back on the topic of kids? I've been getting some questions about, like, when am I gonna have kids and stuff like that, and I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, it's like a minor baby fever. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it actually kind of scares me. Having a child, or, like, actually giving birth scares me. Not having the kid itself, but actually the process of giving birth. My family has always had very extreme difficulties in giving birth. One of my cousins had to go on, like, chemo. I don't understand why. I don't really know why. Just, like, never, like, have had, like, natural birth besides my two twin cousins. I have a lot of twins in my family, so, like, my cousins Virginia and Victoria, they haven't had that much of complications, even though there's still complications. But, like, giving birth is terrifying, and, like, C-section, people, like, don't make a big deal about C-section, but that's literally one of the most complex surgeries there is. Like, your body is literally being split open into two. My dad calls it, when my mom got me C-sected, she was like, wow, my wife was gutted like a deer. That's what he said. And, like, that analogy still haunts me. And it's a complex surgery. Like, they're literally splitting you into two. And I'm terrified of getting C-section. And I don't know, like, maybe my fear is, like, unwarranted, but it just sounds so scary. But I want children. And I also kind of have, like, this guilt. And it's not, like, a bad guilt, but I've never really cared too much of having my own children. I've always wanted to adopt my whole life. I've had a dream. I've had dreams of these certain children that obviously I would have had to adopt because they're not the same race as me. I'll have, like, dreams of these children, and I'm like, what are these, like, my future children or something? Like, I've wanted to adopt from, like, the Philippines. I've always really wanted to adopt it just from America, and I don't care what race the kid is. Because I just feel like there's so many orphan and people in foster care that just need homes, and I feel weird about having kids when there's kids that need parents. And not to shame, like, I understand wanting to actually give birth to your own children, all right to you, but I've always really, really, really wanted adopted, but I'm a little too young to be approved for adoption because I'm 22. But if I could adopt now, I could, and I want to try. Like, when we get our home, I'm thinking about maybe try to look into adopting. Or another part of me, too, is, like, maybe just try to get pregnant at least once and, like, kind of start a kid, like, from the beginning. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, I don't know if that makes sense. But like, I mean, I don't know anything really about raising children, so maybe I should start, from the beginning, like actually having a kid and raising it. But like, depending on how like my first pregnancy goes, I might just adopt the rest of my children. And if I feel like I'm super financially blessed, I feel like I should just keep adopting. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I had a high school teacher that was just phenomenal, and I don't even care about like the age even. Like, as I grow older, like, I just don't care, because I believe so much power in the individual, and I don't believe one life is better than another's, just because it's like for me just to want to adopt an infant because it's more convenient for me, I think is kind of like sad. I'm like, why do I do that when there's so many 5, 7, 13-year-olds that need families too, that they themselves don't consider as highly valued, because they want like a younger baby to be bred in the family because it's easier. I've never been that person that just wanted to pick something because it was easier. And obviously I'm not putting down anybody who does that. I'm just thinking in my own head, like, I can't, I just feel really, really called to adopt. And who knows, like, maybe 10 years down the road, like, I'll have more kids in my family, like a 14-year-old or a 13-year-old that needs a home. Like I said, I had this high school teacher that's what she did. She gave birth to like one biological child, but she had like 7 kids. She just kept adopting people that she'd meet at school and stuff that were from foster care that she ended up falling in love with, like high schoolers, like middle schoolers, and she just completely changed their lives. And I just want to help impact people in that way, and just like show that these people matter too. Like, I've known so many of my friends that have grown up in foster care and they've never felt loved or valued, and they struggle with that because they were abandoned, and that they were abandoned at an age where like they weren't desirable anymore. It was just like so sad to think about that. Like, it bothers me. That'd be just so cool though, to just like, I wish people kind of had more of that mindset, just like to take more people and take care of each other. We now live in a culture where people don't really even want children or want people. We want stuff. Like, we want to use people, and we want to fall in love with materials and stuff, because like, God forbid someone inconvenience you or your career or you getting that nice car. Like, I know a lot of people I know, they just don't want children because they just want to be rich, because children cost money. And I'm just like, you know what, fine, like, you do you, but I think it's just like kind of selfish. I don't know, like, the best thing you could do is raise the next generation, because I mean, at the end of your life, and like, what has your career meant? Like, when you die, all you have is all this stuff, but you die alone in a job that I don't know has really benefited that much. Like, I think about that a lot. Man, I sound so judgmental, but that's honestly like not what I mean at all. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't come from that place. It's just like, I just like to talk about things people don't like to talk about, which is probably why I'm a little socially weird. But I've always been that person that liked talking about religion and politics, the two things no one ever likes to even think about even. Like, I know some people just like, I just don't even like to think about it. And I'm like, why? Why don't you like to think about it? It doesn't make sense to me, Maybe I've always been like an overthinker. Like, have you guys taken like a personality test? Like the 16 personalities or something? I'm an INFJ. I think it's the rarest personality type. Not to boast or anything, but I think that's where a lot of my thinking comes from, is just my personality type, where it's just like, it's under the idealist category. You're just like always thinking about things. That's why like I'll meet a lot of people that don't think that way, which is cool though. Everyone's so different. I love talking to so many different people. The people that think the most different from me, I end up liking the most, or just like love talking to them for hours and hours. I think it's cool, because I just want to know why they think that way. Like, I have a friend of mine, he's like an anarchist, communist, trans woman that's like non-binary. And to me, I disagree with like kind of a lot of their mentality, but I've like talked to them and I've debated them. It's been awesome. And they're also really respectful person too. Like some people can be just very, very close-minded to their opinions, and when you disagree with somebody, they can think that you're dating their personhood, which is obviously not true. But I don't know, it's like changed my perspective on a lot of things. Like it got me looking into Marxism and reading about it. I strongly disagree with Marxism. I think it's easily debunked under basic economic theory. That is my belief, not opinion. But I'm always down to have my mind changed, because it's not like it's not like I never want my mind changed. I always want to believe the most rational, efficient thing. You know, I want to believe what's true. Most people probably don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine. I'm a pretty nerd and geek about those type of things. I've been reading about anarchists and anarchy. It's a lot different than what I thought it would be. Like, I almost relate to them a little bit, because I think the government sucks. And so they literally believe the same thing, you know. But I do believe it is needed to protect people's interests. Like, I understand the need for it. I just think there needs to be a limitation on it. I don't think the government should do everything. Okay, so I just finished up my makeup because I realized I was talking way too much. It does not normally take me this long to get ready. I just got a little out of hand. I realized that maybe I shouldn't make a lot of these videos. I'm so bad with get ready with me probably type videos, because I'm so bad with small talk. I've never been good at it, and I always talk about the things that are kind of controversial and might make people angry, and I apologize if that's not what you were expecting. But I also realized that I might say some things that you may disagree with. So if you do and you want to talk about it, just write in the comments below. I just want to hear or read your guys' opinion on things. Anyways, though, thanks for watching my really long video. If you actually watched and listened to me the whole time, I appreciate it. And yeah, more update videos soon. And thank you guys for dealing with me looking at myself in the lens the whole video. I appreciate it. Okay, guys. Peace out. I love you all. Thanks for watching.